Hello. Right. I keep thinking pod tests are over for this year, and yeah, pods just kind of keep on falling into my hands. So yeah, I went down and saw Terry last weekend, and he was doing a bit of a final harvest on his plants. And while I was there, I grabbed just a couple more varieties to test. Now, nothing overly exciting, but still worth giving them a go. We have the Tabasco chili. There they are, tiny looking little pods. One reasonable size, well it's still small, but reasonable size ripe pod, and yeah, kind of a in-between pod, and a couple of immature green pods which I've been trying to ripen on the windowsill but kind of run out of time. So yeah, I've got them, and I've also got a rather cool looking long slim Cayenne. So yeah, not actually tried Tabasco pepper before. Obviously tried Tabasco sauce, everyone's tried Tabasco sauce, but the actual fresh chilies are quite a bit hotter than the actual sauce. These are rated 30 to 50,000 Scoville units, whereas Tabasco sauce is like 2,000 Scoville units, or even less, I think, actually, thinking about it. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try one of the green ones and see if that's got any heat to it. Kind of a little tangy burst came into my mouth then. It's actually quite juicy inside. It's definitely got that green kind of pepper taste, already putting a bit of heat across the tongue. Let's see how the green one. Be interesting to see if they get sweeter as they get riper. Oh yeah, quite a bit of heat coming off that. It's like a real peppery heat. It's kind of on the tongue. In fact, it's all on the tongue at the moment. It's not really spreading very far. Yeah, it's for such a tiny little chili, it's got quite a nice little kick to it. Right, this one's kind of orange in between. Getting sweeter now, even more juice coming out of that. You get like a little juice explosion in your mouth when you bite into these. Oh yeah, that's quite hot. That's kind of spread the heat from the tongue into the back of the throat a little bit now. Still not really affecting the rest of the mouth, but yeah, definitely catch me right there. I'm quite impressed by these. They're awesome little pods. I love the little burst of juiciness you get when you bite in. Okay, this one's the biggest and obviously the most ripe. Whoa, crazy. Never had that from a chili before. Literally a big flood of juice coming into my mouth. Taste is definitely sweeter now. It's still not overly sweet. It's quite a savoury pepper. Yeah, that's really got the back of the throat. It's quite a nice burn though. It's pretty strong and powerful, but it's not too over the top. Like I said, it's quite a peppery sort of burn, like a burn you would get from black pepper, but a lot hotter than that. Certainly much hotter than Tabasco sauce. They'd obviously be great for making into your own homemade version of Tabasco sauce. You could make it supercharged version, much hotter than normal Tabasco. Great just for like chucking into dishes whole, you know, just throwing little flavour bombs. When you bite into them you get that little burst of chili heat and flavour. Yeah, awesome. That's the well, that was the 4 little Tabascos. Yeah, I do. I'm quite glad I've tried them. Weren't quite like what I was expecting. About the same sort of heat as what I was expecting, but flavour wise and the way they burst with juiciness, really wasn't expecting that. I thought they would be quite dried out. Yeah, awesome. Right, the next one isn't quite so small. This is, well, as far as I know, it's just a long slim Cayenne. Yeah, I don't know too many more details about it. I might look it up in a minute just to make sure it's nothing I've missed. Obviously, looking at it, it's going to be really seedy. But yeah, it's an awesome looking pod. They look great on the plant with all these hanging off them. And yeah, it is a particularly, well, it is what it says it is. It's a particularly long and slim cayenne pepper. So yeah, it doesn't really get that much fatter towards the top. Obviously tapers off a little bit down here. But yeah, let's give it a crack. I had the golden cayenne a couple of weeks ago. That was really delicious. This isn't quite as sweet as the golden cayenne. It's kind of got a bit of a red bell pepper flavour. It's definitely quite sweet. Definitely much sweeter than those Tabascos. It's quite seedy inside. But yeah, you can't really see, but there is quite a few seeds in there. I'm not going to bother saving the seeds for this one. Can always get some off Terry if I need them. I have to say, heat wise, it's not as hot as those little Tabascos. It's actually diluted the heat in my mouth quite a bit. Even where I've been chewing it all around my mouth, it's not really spread much heat about. Possibly I should have tested that one before the Tabascos to get a better idea of flavour, but I figured that was a much bigger pod, so I'd eat the Tabascos first. Yeah, again, maybe not the best way to do it, but yeah, heat, I can't really, it's either very similar to the Tabascos or not quite as hot. It's definitely not hotter. I don't think it's quite as hot as them, to be honest, because I think with the amount of it, it would have really spread the heat around my mouth. I can feel it a little bit on the roof of my mouth, I suppose. The heat on my tongue that was there from the Tabascos is gone completely. Excuse me, as has the heat in the back of the throat. It's kind of died down. Just got like I said, a tingle around the top of the mouth, and yeah, it's not particularly that hot at all. I wouldn't like to put a Scoville rating on it. I would say the Tabascos, definitely they're bang on like 30 to 50,000. That's pretty accurate for them. Yeah, that one, the long slim Cayenne, no, I don't know. Anyway, seeing as that chili's not doing particularly much, although it is actually making my nose run, and I've got no tissue here, but I just thought I'd show you this. This is also from Terry. This is my very cool little chili bonsai. This is actually a Prairie Fire chili plant. I'm not going to go into details of how he turns them into a bonsai, because to be honest I'm not quite sure myself. I need to find out. But yeah, I've had it I don't know, a month or so now. Some of the pods actually need picking off because they've kind of dried and shriveled out, but I'm just kind of hoping that they dry on the plant and then I can just pick them off and use them as dried peppers. But it's still actually, see the little flower there, it's still actually flowering, so I figure start trimming a few of these wrinkled pods off, and yeah, should hopefully get some new ones. Being a Prairie Fire, the kind of new pods are, sorry, I know the light's really bad, I wish I could still be out in the greenhouse testing, but yeah, they start off kind of white, then go to like a creamy yellowy colour, then through to yellow orange, kind of, oh, sorry, the light's really bad, kind of a bit like this one in the front here, and then finally through orange to orange red, and finally to red. So yeah, awesome little bonsai plant, looks really cool out on the kitchen windowsill. Hopefully summertime it'll perk up and look a little healthier. I need to give it a feed actually, but yeah, awesome. So that's about it for now. Thanks to Terry for the pods, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the last pod test, so we're straight on to sauces now. Got a couple cupboard full of them to try, so yeah, it should be a spicy winter. So yeah, cool. Thanks for watching, thanks to Terry, and catch you again soon.